George, you said you gained an interest in basketball. You liked playing basketball. Tell us about your high school career, how it developed, and all the way into receiving a scholarship at Villanova.
Well, Jack, what happened when I was in about seventh grade? My dad had died. My mom had a nervous breakdown, and she had to be institutionalized. And so now the question comes, okay, what are we going to do with George? And so my grandma was working for a lady, and she was trying to help advise my grandma, and she said, why don't you go to the Catholic Charities? They'll be able to help you with this situation. So to condense it quickly, the Catholic Charities recommended that they send me to this school up in Pennsylvania, St. Michael's in Holborn Heights, which was between Pittston or Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. And so I went there. It was a boarding school. You had you took your academic classwork there, and in turn to pay for it, you had to work chores. So during the time there, I would say from 8th grade until I graduated, I cleaned chicken coops, I milked cows, I baled hay, I picked the apples, I scrubbed the floors, I cleaned bathrooms, I worked in the kitchen, I worked in the laundry, and when I look back now, a lot of those things help me grow as a person to this day. I learned how to care for myself, make my own bed, scrub. Even to this day at 75, I still wash dishes, I still iron, I still can make a bed, and all those were things that I learned growing up there.
Now, let me ask you, is it true that you wake up in the morning and you iron the clothes that you're going to wear that day? And you just got them back from the cleaners.
Yeah, I do that. Just this morning, I got up, I ironed my shirt, and I ironed my pants, and it's just a habit that I got in. It's probably back from St. Michael's.
And you still shine your shoes.
Yes. So then that was at St. Michael's was where I learned to play basketball. And it was the first time I picked up a ball and started, and a lot of that was at the insistence of my godfather, Father Nadine, who then was a senior in high school, and he was the one who really kind of saw the potential in me. I didn't notice until later, but he actually kind of talked the coach into to keeping me, even if I wasn't ready. He said, hey, just all I want you to do is promise me you won't cut him, so he doesn't get to.
Were you big at that time?
Yeah, I actually, between my 8th and 9th grade year, I grew 4 inches to 6'4", and in those days that was pretty tall, particularly where we were.
Who's going to cut a 6'4" freshman?
Yeah, and so. I started to play sports there. We had the same coach for every sport, a guy named Gene Villanova. He played for the Redskins and that. And so he coached us. So you quickly learn you wanted to play as many sports as possible because it was a way to get off of campus and get into the surrounding areas, Scranton or Wilkes-Barre or Pittston. So what I did is I played baseball, I played basketball, I played football. I pitched and played first base and baseball and football. I played until my last year, and then by default, I played quarterback. I boxed in Golden Gloves, and that we didn't have a track team in that. So those were the sports that I participated in. But the one that I excelled in was basketball, to the point that I was one of the top 5 scorers in the state my senior year, and I started to get recruited by a variety of colleges and that, and so what happened was I really kind of wanted to go to Michigan State. The best player in the state was Horace Walker, who played at Chester in Pennsylvania, and I found out he was going to go there, and I wanted to go there. But at our school, the school was run by priests and nuns, and it was a Catholic school, so the nuns and the priests were hearing nothing of this going to Michigan State. I was going to Catholic school, and it was over with. And so then it came down to pretty much at the time Villanova and St. Joe's, and so I ended up going down to visit Villanova first, and I really liked it. And what was interesting to show you how times have changed, I was down there for the weekend, and Saturday morning they got me up. I took the entrance exam. They didn't have SATs and stuff like they did now, but each college had their own entrance exam. I got up Saturday morning, took the test, and of course went around and saw the campus, met with different people, and so the admissions director said, well, I will let Coach Severance know, and he'll tell you something on Sunday whether you get in or not. And so Sunday, when Coach came to pick us up, he said, I got good news for you. You passed the entrance exam, and you're going to be admitted. And so then that was the start of my career. I started out in the school of...
Now, what about St. Joe's? Once you were into Villanova, you decided...
Yeah, I never visited St. Joe's. Jack Ramsey was the coach then, and he came to see me play a few games. What was interesting, Coach Severance never came to see me play once. One of the assistant coaches did. But I liked it there, and I felt they really had my best interest. And honestly, I was guided by the nuns and the priests and my godfather, and they all wanted me to go to Villanova. And as it turned out, it was absolutely the right thing to do. I had a marvelous 4 years. And I would say this, if I had to do it all over today and I had to pick a school to go to, I would still go to Villanova. It was the greatest 4 years of my life.
That's great. And you are in Villanova's Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but under duress. No,
I know Gene DiFilippo, when he was the athletic director there, told me, we're putting George into the Hall of Fame, and I think they were going to name something after you. And I said, let me tell you, if you really want to honor him, name the library after him. Don't do anything with sports.
That would have been a hell of an honor.